Well, hi. How's it going, guys? All right. I've been excited to get back into this for a little bit now. So let's go ahead and start her up. Last time before we got off, we just finished the intro sequence. So now we're about to get to where the game really opens itself up. All right. I'm going to put a little dipski for my lipski in and we'll get hitting it. Okay. Let's do this. All right. So did we put our armor back on? Appears that we did. All right. So like I was saying, I'm not gonna take like a predetermined path or anything. I'm kind of just gonna go, I think, in whatever like order we find or grab quests in. Obviously, if we got nothing going on, then I'll like go where I know I need to go. But I'm not going to like I'm gonna try not to pick and choose. Like I said, I don't want to just like give myself the best
Are you
odds. I just
eating
want
yet?
to run it through like a normal person would probably play the game. Uh, I didn't eat,
Yes, it was
so
very good.
whatever.
Did you bake it yourself?
I did. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I don't think we ate, did we? No, nourishment's low, so let's go ahead and. Oh, we did. What the hell? Okay, all right. The one thing I am
Look at you, lover boy.
not gonna do. What? Like I said, it opened up a little bit. I don't want to do. I know I said I'd just do what comes along. I'm not gonna do this DLC because it takes us right back to the invasion and everything that happened. So I kind of want to like. I want to free roam a little bit with you guys. Uh,
What's
I
that dog
am.
you have here? He looks familiar.
Don't you remember him? It's Mart, the butcher's dog from Skalitz.
Ah, of course. When I went back to bury my parents, he was guarding his master's dead body. A faithful dog. How come he's here?
When we carted you here, we took Mutt along too. He's been hanging around the mill ever since.
How's he doing?
A lot better now. I slipped him something good now and again when Uncle wasn't looking.
He won't starve to death then. What does the miller have to say about it?
He can't stand him.
How's that?
Every time he sees him, he starts shouting that he's a useless mouth to feed and that'll skin him.
Jesus.
And it didn't even soften his heart when Mutt brought a hare from the woods. He was happy to eat it, but it didn't change his mind.
I could have a word with him.
That would be a waste of time.
Does he obey you?
Me? Not much. He's got a mind of his own, and I'm just not strict enough.
Ah, spoilt then.
No, he just hasn't learned many commands. But he's well able to beg for a piece of meat.
How long has he been with you?
More or less since we came here. He runs off now and again, but he always comes back. Sometimes I don't see him all day. I think he likes to go wandering.
So he's doing quite well then?
Yeah. I'd keep him, but he reminds me too much of Tinker, you know? I don't want to think about Skalitz. So I thought maybe you might take him with you?
Me?
I'm sure the two of you would get on great. He's a handsome fella and lovable. I'd be very happy if you had him.
But we never had a dog at the smithy. We never needed one.
Come on. He's got no one.
All
Definitely
right.
taking the dog.
I'll take him. He can keep me company on my travels.
Thanks, Henry. Go and get him then. He's sniffing around somewhere here.
All right, let's
Hey,
go, Mutt.
Mutt. Remember me? From Skalitz, remember? You want to go with me? Come on then. We'll get on like a house on fire.
That's great.
Follow me.
Alright, yeah. You can feed the dog, you can pet the dog, that makes your dog petting skill go up higher. It's really good to have the dog petting skill. Alright, we need to drop something. I don't need a scarf, I guess. A little overweight, and we can't sprint. Alright, so little cheat code for anybody that's starting this game out like from fresh and has never played it. You want to kind of just stick to the main storyline for a while. Especially if you don't get the combat right away. Like, don't get disheartened if you like decide, oh, I'm free finally, I'm gonna sprint off into the woods and I'm gonna fight whoever or whatever I see, you know, do side quests and get into fights, and then you start dying. Like I said, those like first 3 guys I fought in the last session were, I'm not even gonna say they're a joke, because I think that's just for me playing so often that I kind of have a little bit of muscle memory to this game. But without like the kind of locked in-game abilities that you get only from progressing, there's not really a way to like start mastering, I guess, this combat system, because your blocks are just blocks at this point. When you learn to parry, it uses less stamina. These guys are gonna talk to me.
Who are you and where are you going?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith. I'm going to see my liege, Sir Radzig Kabila of Dvoyitz.
Of course
I'm
you
Nick,
are,
and I'm
lad.
going to your mom's house.
And I'm the Pope. What do you want from his lordship? And what makes you think he'll see you?
Oh boy. Oh boy. I gotta keep
I may
riding
not look the part, but I know about honor and duty. And
I mean, I'm in
mine is
armor.
to tell Sir Radzig what happened to the sword he commissioned.
All right, then. Go ahead. It'll be your skin if Sir Radzig isn't pleased.
And it's not like you, I guess, like, I asked to see the Lord, but you wouldn't just let me into town? I mean, you got beggars and shit. It's not like this is a fairly exclusive township. Alright, so what was I saying? Alright, yeah. You learn to parry, and the parries do a little bit better. Oh god, I keep running into people that want to talk to me.
Could that be the smith's son, Hal?
On my soul, it is him. What are you doing here, lad? We thought you were done for.
Bandits attacked me in Skalitz.
And why, for God's sake, did you go back there? Who else but cutthroats and bandits did you expect to find?
I needed to bury my parents.
Oh, I see. Your father fought like a lion. I'm sorry.
He saved my life.
And not just yours. He was a good man, and you did right to bury him.
I didn't even manage that. I failed to save him or put him to rest.
And just what could you have done at Skalitz? If you tried to fight, the both of you will be dead. He gave his life for yours, Hal, so you'd better make good use of it.
You're right. And just what are you doing here?
I must speak with Sir Radzig. Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Ratai. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword.
I want to ask him to marry me.
He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzig.
I don't see any sword.
I have a sword on my hip.
Bandits attacked me and stole it. I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm going to find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay. I don't got anybody watching, so I'm going to cut this part out of the YouTube video, but I'm going to grab another adult beverage. We'll be right back. Brr. Alright. It's not this floor.
Your Graces, I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed. But Birkstein is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honoured. Pechstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzig, but, well, there's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
No, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone, Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order.
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those 4 sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
What are you doing? You've no business here. Clear off.
Wait, it's Henry. Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Taunberg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too. They deserved a Christian burial. Did you manage that at least?
No. I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Well, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Rattay. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Still, it's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, Friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, That plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows. One skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may.
Taters.
Why have you come here?
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. The woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir. Please, take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
The gall of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Sir Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well. Believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything? Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, father, he's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
Sir, Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
Oh, I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't disappoint me.
Oh, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. The bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear. You're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
And don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
I won't, my lord.
All right, let's go.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Yeah, starting to get hungry all the damn time. Easy fix. And we're not hungry anymore. Bam. Yeah, but you learn things that you don't learn through the actual skill, like leveling up menus and stuff that you kind of need that make things way easier. You'll see as we get on in this.
Everything for the house, garden and field.
These little stars do guide your way to the
Get the best right here.
side quests as well. Might as well knock this one out.
Everything for the house, garden
Talk to this mook.
knives,
I see you survived.
Aren't you observant?
right here.
You still owe me. Don't think I've forgotten.
I don't owe you. I owe your father, and he's dead. So get out of here.
You can't avoid this forever, you know.
Of course I can. It's you who can't piss me off forever.
Do you really want to make me angry? Do you really think that's wise?
No, I don't. Fine, I owe you.
I thought I was gonna
What am
have
I
to beat
supposed
it
to
out
do
of him.
about it? You think you'll get anything from me? Look at what I've got. But maybe I could.
need a rake.
Maybe I could tell you where you can find some money. If you forgive my debt, that is.
All right, then. Start talking.
No. First, I want you to swear you won't be demanding anything else from me.
Everything for
Very
the
well, then.
garden and
Talk.
field.
When we were running from Skalitz, I heard something. I don't know who said it.
Must have
It's
been
a
the
miracle
wind.
I could even hear it in that chaos. Either way, somebody hid a lot of coin under a dovecote.
Under a dovecote? And that's it?
That's all I know. How many dovecotes could there be in Skalitz? If you've got the guts to go back there, you're bound to find it.
Fine.
Maybe
We'll
one day.
see.
A torch will help. Your fields lie fallow. Here's a hoe. Need straw for the winter? Then you'll need a rake.
Alright, let's see. What do we have going on? Actually, this is go to the training ground and talk to Captain Bernard, or Captain Robard. Close enough. One of those two. Kind of sucks running around until you get your own horse, but we're on our way. There's a lot of like little side things you can do as well, like herbalism, picking up all these flowers and stuff. I'm not gonna do too much of that while I stream. It's kind of boring, but you pick up the flowers and then you can make them into potions later. I might make some potions on screen, but for the herbalism and stuff to level it up, I might do a little bit of offline
Captain
work
Bernard's
so
not
that
here.
way we can just kind of get
You
it.
should stop by during the day.
Stop by during the day. It is the day. Oh my lord. Alright, well the good thing is we unlocked some fast travel points, so we don't gotta worry about that too much. We can fast travel back here. Like I said, we're gonna kind of run it like, get some of this main quest line out of the way. Finding the freaking reticle on this main map is ridiculous. It's right here, but sometimes it's just annoying to find. And then you gotta click the fast travel marker. The fast travel is faster. Kind of slows down when you go through a town, but almost halfway there.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
What would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds
little light
straightforward
theft
enough.
work.
Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him.
Farewell.
Oh wow, some spirits. Let's go. Alright, grab the spade. Probably gonna over encumber me. How'd I know? I'm gonna drop some bullshit. We don't need it right now. Those gloves are always worth decent money. Okay, this is what I should have dropped the whole time. 13 whole pounds of freaking 20 gold worth. I'll explain to you guys my looting system when we actually get to do some looting. I kind of came up with a way that makes it a little bit easier to determine how much weight you should take for how much gold you should have, you know, or you should get out of the thing. Like every other game, you know, whatever it says that it's worth isn't actually what it's worth when you sell it, but it's pretty, I wouldn't say close, but it's a decent amount off the, what would you say, retail value? Might as well get something done since Captain Robard isn't going to train me because it's not the right time of day. Ugh. Damn hills. Let's go. Come on. Gotta be an opening somewhere. A less hilly opening somewhere. Come on. There is another way to get to him. I just thought this would be faster. Here we go. There's a road even. Start cutting back this way a little bit. There's the gallows. That's a good sign. Not for a lot of people, but for us in this particular situation. Alright, Alright, where is this grave? Oh, there it is.
Christ wound, what a fucking stink. How long have you been lying here?
I'm a fast digger.
Nothing on the left hand. The right? Oh shit, there's nothing there either. Where the fuck is that ring? Oh, the stench makes me want to puke. Peshek will pay for this.
Save ourselves a little time. Why would we go back to the miller? If anybody would know a thing or two about it, would be this guy, right? Damn it, jump. Oh, he's not in here. Man, nobody's available. I don't think I even have any lockpicks. Alright, well. Bummed us out of 2 quests. Guess we'll go talk to the miller. Ba-doop, 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 doop, doo-doo-doop, ba-doop, 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 doop, boo-doo-doop, woo! Hey, guy.
Hey, lad.
I don't think I have
There was a
one.
corpse in the grave, but no ring. What the fuck is going on?
Easy, Hal. Hold your horses. If the ring wasn't on the corpse, the executioner must have taken it before he buried the body.
I can see where this is going. You want me to get the ring from the executioner?
Clever lad. Only I wouldn't recommend talking to him about it. He's a bit touchy on the subject of robbing the dead. It'd be better to pinch it from his house.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll go and
why
find
not?
that ring.
It should be in a trunk somewhere in the house. And look here, Henry. Do you know how to get past a lock?
Get past the lock?
No.
You mean jemmy it off with a crowbar?
No, you don't. I mean the delicate, gentle art of opening it quietly and with sensitivity, like popping a young maiden's cherry.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to try that yet.
Fucking hell. How did I get landed with a cretin like you? I'll have to teach you then. Come with me.
Okay.
Try unlocking this trunk.
I've never done this before.
Hold the lockpick in your right hand and use it to feel out the tumbler. In your left hand, you hold
Looking
the
for
blade.
the big spot.
Got it? Good.
There it is.
Now turn the whole lock off the blade.
Not letting me turn it.
Don't
Oh, there we
stop
go.
holding the tumbler with the pick. Otherwise, you'll be fucked. You're a dab hand, Hal. Make something out of you.
Aha!
But remember, this trunk's only practice.
God damn it,
Good
dog.
fella.
He's a good boy. He's a
That's
good
my boy.
Mm-hmm. Take the free save potion. And I guess we'll go nighty-night for now. Apparently we're sleepy as it is. There's a tourney and Rattay today. The tourney is really good for getting good armor early on, but we would not survive. I already know it. See if we can find a pot and some food. Nearest one should be over here. We just gotta walk a little bit. You kind of do want to walk around a lot. It does boost your agility skill, levels it up a bit. And then when you get your horse riding skill. So it does benefit you to not just use fast travel all the time, but for the sake of streaming, obviously I don't want to subject you guys to me just walking around. It's not nearly as fun. I mean, this is, like I said, more of a cinematic style game anyways. You're kind of just getting to experience the story with me, but that doesn't mean I want to subject you to all the most boring facets of the game. Alright, it's morning. You should be here, Captain. He's not here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's pick some herbs. What time is it? It's 7. You should be right about here. I don't want to. You can only wait in hour-long increments, you know, so I don't want to wait a whole hour. So with the herb picking, how it works, there's only certain flowers you can pick. So like you said, I kind of stared at this for longer than I needed to. Right here, chamomile, white petals, yellow in the center. As you level it up, you pick more at a time, and that works both in your inventory and with these like bunches that I'm standing in the middle of. There we go, we reached a new level. So instead of picking one individual chamomile, I'll pick like 3 or 4 of them, and then when you get it really high, you pick like a whole bunch that you're surrounded by. There is a benefit to getting your herbalism up really quick too, because when you get it high enough, you can get a perk that boosts your strength. It levels up your strength skill while you pick herbs. It's like, you know, repeated bending over, you're doing squats and stuff. So it actually does benefit you to kind of, at the beginning, if you want to, just run around picking herbs, because you can almost, realistically, you're gaining something you need for combat just by doing something out of combat. So nothing wrong with doing a little bit of herbalism in the early game for sure. And there's so many different, you got the red poppies here. It levels up relatively quickly. Here he comes, so kind of glad I didn't wait. The problem is, it's like, just so, this part, you know, herbalism's a little bit repetitive, but if you want to get really good at a game, you got to do some of the more grindy stuff as well as the fun hack and slash, rough and tumble swordplay. St. John's Rewort there with the yellow petals. A lot of the potions require like stuff you can find super easy, and then 1 or 2 will have like ones that are a little harder to find, which are easier just to buy from the person, because to level up the skill you don't need to pick every single herb, you just need to pick the you don't need to go looking for specific herbs to like meet a quota, you just need to pick as many herbs as you can. And you can sell them back at a decent rate, but it's not, you couldn't make a living off of it or anything.
I'll be with you.
I'm here for training.
Yes, you're that boy Sir Radzik sent.
That's me.
Yes, that's me.
I'm still just a
Let's
wee
get to
little
it, then,
lad.
since that's what Sir Radzik wishes. And because you've never held a sword in your hand before, we'll start with something simpler.
I mean, I mean,
Very well.
we'll start with the basics.
Come
Because
with
you
me
start with
and
the
listen
basics.
closely. I don't wanna
Everything
be
you're
repeating
doing here
myself.
is building
Take
your
care now.
skill levels. So it's not like, oh, I got to do this tutorial again.
So let's see what you're made of.
I'm pretty
Hold
sure
it
you could
properly
skip
and keep moving. Never stand still when your
this
life
training that
depends
we're
on
getting
it.
right here, where he's just like, hey, move around. You could skip the one in the beginning that I did. It just tells you, hey, you should
Right,
go do
good.
it, but you don't
Now,
actually
try
have
attack.
to if I'm
You've got to put your back into a
if
good
I'm
slash.
remembering
No use
correctly.
waving the sword around like you're swatting flies. Go into the attack with your whole body. Try slashing from various sides to get used to it.
They make it seem like there's like a power attack,
Nice.
but there isn't.
bad.
It's just slashing is
Very good.
stronger, and the stabs aren't as strong.
Ah, that's it. Very good. That
See,
pointing
I'm
tip isn't
gaining
for
levels
decoration.
even though we're not really
Try
doing
stabbing
anything.
me with it a few times.
Okay.
All right.
Stabby.
All right.
Stab. Stab.
Good.
Stab.
That'll
Stabbity.
do. Slashing, stabbing, and movement are the foundations that you build everything else on. Now, let's try something more complicated. One strike I can simply fend off. You mustn't give your opponent time to react. String your strikes together. As soon as you finish one, begin another. Strike, strike, strike. All right. All right. All right.
Upward, downward, upward is like the easiest
Now let's see how
slashing
you do with defense.
chains to get
It's not
into.
hard to
If you
block
try
a
and do
basic
upward,
strike.
upward, it doesn't really
Watch
work.
out and move your sword into the path of the blow.
So if you've played like
that's
other
it.
sword fighting based games like
Not like that.
Bannerlord,
Good.
they make it seem like you have to have your sword in the right position,
Good.
up, down, left, or right. But this game, it's all a timing
Nice.
thing. So if you hit the parry button at the right time,
Alright.
it'll move your sword where you need to go.
Very well then. Let's see what you're made of, lad. Come at me and don't hold back.
Okay, so this is like free training, and you see he's gonna do that to me a lot. He'll do some other things that you learn via the training and progressing in the game. And the opponents that you fight, like I said, that's what makes it so difficult to kind of get into it at first, is because you'll fight an opponent and they'll hit you with like a four-pronged chain, and you'll be like, what the hell? Like, how do they do that? You have to kind of advance
See, I
through
lure
the
you,
freaking
then attack unexpectedly.
main story. A lot of the combos that you learn later, even if the opponent blocks 2 or 3 times, if you execute the combo like a Mortal Kombat combo and you hit all of the right directions and everything, you'll get an attack in at the end, and it's like almost a cinematic attack. Oh, I
Fine.
think we're done.
That's enough. I have my work cut out, it seems. That's life. Let's try something more advanced. When in combat, keep
Oh,
an
yeah.
eye on the space between you and your opponent. That is your space. Try to attack from the side the opponent will find harder to block in time. If I'm holding the sword raised up, do an uppercut. If my sword is low, lunge. Let's try it. You strike a few times at the side where I'm not holding my sword.
So what you can do is you hold right trigger, and that projects that you're going to do the attack that it's showing. For me right now, top right. And then you go low really quick. That was too slow. And then
Not bad.
it'll swing. So upright, bottom left.
Well done.
Upright, bottom left.
Well done.
Upright, bottom left. You see how he's like
Nice.
holding his sword to block the upright? Because I'm holding it like this.
No, that's
Oh,
not
he
it.
got me on that one.
Nice. Right. Lesson 2. Everything you've learned about blocking is wrong. When I cover, I can simply fend off your blows with my sword and gain control of the space between us. But it's better not to control just the space, but actually your opponent's weapon. Attack, and I'll show you.
This is what I'm talking about. This is going to give me the actual parry ability, and it's nothing different than the regular block. But you don't know how to parry if you run off at the beginning of the game. You have to do this in order to actually get your parry ability.
All right, that will do. Now you. The trick is to stay in your stance. As soon as I start to attack, you block. The move knocks the blade aside.
Ow!
No, not like
Oh,
that.
come on now.
You mustn't hold the sword there. You have to move along with the attack.
On
Again.
normal mode, it'll give you this green shield indicator when you need to do it. But on hardcore mode and just throughout the game, you kind of got to learn the timing. And right now, it goes slow-mo when he attacks me, which makes it a lot easier. But in the game, it's not going to slow it down for you.
Bad. Nice. Nice. Right, now we'll try it a little faster. Concentrate and block just at the moment I start attacking. I'll strike you from above each time so you can see it well.
Yeah, on normal mode, you could just look for the green shield, even when you're fighting opponents.
Very good.
On hardcore mode, you have to learn to live without it.
Well done. Well done. All right. That's it. Good, good. Now let's try it at full speed. You probably won't succeed, but that's normal at the start. You must train. Let's go.
Gotta run the train. Let's go. Oh, shit. I wasn't ready. Oh, hey, come on, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. He's hitting him fast.
Ow. Ow.
I'm gonna get a splinter.
Ow.
Hey.
Wait a while,
Oh,
Henry.
you got a free attack in. What do you want?
Greetings, Sir Hans. What brings you here?
I was on my way when I noticed that you're entertaining Sir Radzig's esteemed guest. Not the same as holding a hammer, is it, blacksmith?
It's Sir Radzig's orders.
Moke.
I know. I'm actually here to train at the archery range. My hand's grown heavy lately. You don't mind, do you, Bernard?
Not at all, my lord.
Good day to you, blacksmith boy. Try not to hurt yourself.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Where did we finish? Yeah, leading the opponent where you want him. There's one more way to evade a strike. You simply step aside, attack, and I'll show you.
So the dodge mechanic's not bad, but if you learn the block mechanic, it's just kind of obsolete. Especially
What's
in the
going
later
on?
game. Oh, I gotta attack him. My bad.
All right, try it.
Dodging
It's important not
doesn't
to
really
move
put
too
him enough
soon.
off
I'll see where you're
balance
going
to
and hit you.
give you
The
a
same will happen if you
huge
move too late.
advantage.
I'll attack slowly now. As you see me, raise the weapon, jump aside. It'll throw
But
the
at least
opponent
it's
off
really
a bit,
simple.
and there's your chance.
Just move left, right, backwards
Well done.
when you see him swinging. Whee!
That's it. Fine. Now try it a little quicker. Try and get used to the rhythm. Never take your eyes off your opponent. You'll see a strike before it's even properly started. Well done.
And the
That's
dodging
it.
ability might be a little bit better too if you're a kind of guy that plays, guy or gal,
Not
that
bad.
plays like a light armor. You don't try and
And the
But I
last
mean, most
thing
people
for
that play
today,
this, I feel like,
a
are
trick.
gonna do
You raise the sword
the
to force
heaviest
your
plate
opponent
that
to
they
block,
can
but
get,
then
you know?
change the direction of the attack
That's
at the
part of
last
the fun of
moment.
being a
The
knight, is
opponent
getting
won't
the
even know what
best
hit.
armor you can.
All right, draw back the weapon, then change the
But
attack zone and
if you
strike.
decide to do
So I
like
don't
a
have time to react.
light armor run through, it might be useful. I've never tried it as much as I have played. So now he's teaching me to feint, which is what I was talking about earlier. You hold the attack one way,
What are you
and then
waiting
you
for?
go the other way.
Wrong!
You're wrong.
Wrong, damn it! Well done. All right. Ah, that's it.
Come on.
Well done.
I'm gonna abuse your legs.
Very good. Wrong.
Oh.
Again.
You're wrong.
Well,
Oh.
now, that wasn't too bad. Maybe we'll make a soldier of you after all. But don't get cocky.
Thanks, man.
You have to train hard and persistently. You might have talent, but talent alone won't do. Practice. Whenever you've got nothing better to do and you're in the mood for it, you can come and train here with me. I can teach you something more when you're up to it.
So that's real. If you're having a hard time fighting actual people and you're
Don't
dying
leave
a
yet.
lot,
Radzik also wanted me to teach you archery. Come with me.
if you're having a hard time and you're dying a lot, you can literally come back to him or Captain Robard in Talmberg, the bald guy from earlier, and you could train with them. I'm pretty sure you could train with Robard, but you could train with them with a wood sword and they can't kill you. And that will just build up your levels, and your levels eventually will translate to making things a lot easier. So now we got to do the old follow quest where we walk around, wait for him to get in front of us, and do the thing. So we'll kind of pick some herb, these nettles, these stinging nettles. I got another new level. Let's check our character real quick. Alright, yeah, so whenever you got one of these stars, it means you have a perk point you can kind of assign. Like I did the first time, there's nothing really here in main level, but we can go to speech. Has a +1. Trading, you get one more chance to make an offer. So you get, I think, 3 offers before they get pissed off and they don't sell to you. Not permanently or anything, but it just, you have to go buy everything again and go through the haggle thing. So, I mean, just don't, this one's not that useful, unless you're really trying to get a good deal, I guess. So, highborn or lowborn, so you can only pick one of these two, and it's going to give you a +3 when you talk to certain people. I honestly forget. If you look online and you're really trying to do a really good playthrough, there'll be somebody that will tell you you talk to highborn people or lowborn people more, with speech at least. I think it's highborn, so that's what I'm going to go with. Either way, you kind of want to be able to talk better, I guess, when you're talking to higher people. It's going to be more beneficial to you. It's not like persuading a peasant is a necessity, Whereas when you're talking with the higher born people, you probably want to get that persuasion check right more often. So, that's what we'll go with. At least that's my take on it. You could always tell me in the comments what you guys think, or in the chat. Yeah, I gotta watch him walk. The first playthrough, I'm sure that's great, because you really don't know where you're going anyways, but since I know where I'm going, it's more of an annoyance than anything. Makes you want to run behind him and push it. And I know I'm kind of the really super anal type of person when I play video games, that I would like save before all of this. It's a free save, it just gave me right there.
Let's see then. Take this bow, Go and stand in position
I'd
over there.
save to make
We
sure
can
I
start.
get like a good
And
score,
another thing.
so I
Put on this
win all
arm
the
guard.
time, and I
Without it, you
want to
can
do the
flay your
best that I
forearm with a
can, you know. I
bowstring,
don't want
so
to
be
just
sure to wear it.
lose,
Thank you, Captain.
even if it takes 2 or 3
Save the
reload
thanks.
saves.
Get in position.
Might not be the purest way to play through a game, but that's
Now
how we're doing it right
concentrate.
now. Is we're
Ain't exactly
gonna go
the weapon
pure.
of choice of a knight, but it can come in very handy. You've got 2 bandits coming at you from
Yes,
a
it
distance.
can.
You shoot
I do
one in
like the
eye,
archery
drop
in
your
this
bow,
game
and draw
because
your
it's
sword on the other. Emperor Charles,
not gonna
God
say
bless him,
realistic,
encouraged
but
his subjects
as somebody
to learn
that-
archery. He even organized
that
contests
does
in Prague.
play
You would
around
have
a little
gotten
bit with a
far
bow and
there,
arrow.
holding the thing like
It's
a
not
piece of
bad.
firewood.
You want to aim the tip of the arrow a little
enough
bit
talk.
higher
There's the
than
target,
what you're
fire
actually
it.
aiming
Draw
for.
the bow,
Your stamina is a
and release.
big
Try to get
factor.
a feel for the rhythm. Inhale on the draw.
If you
Hold
run
your
out of
breath for a
stamina, you
moment,
can't hold the
then
bow as
release the
long.
string.
Yeah, you see
No
how I'm
jerky
like aiming it at
movements.
the
Just
top
let
of the
the
target,
string
but it's
slide
falling in
out of your
kind of in the
fingers,
middle.
as if you were about to draw it back more. It's all one movement. The
That's
arrow
kind of
aiming at the
realistic.
target and flying at it. Shoot away. What you have there is a training bow. The arrow drops quickly. Once you've trained a bit, you can get yourself a better one, and then those arrows will fly so fast you won't see them. Don't forget the arm guard. Once you've mastered the bow a bit, you won't need it anymore.
So he does make a big stink about the arm guard. I've never been like cut, but I think if you do use a bow and you don't have armor on, it does injure you when your
That's it,
archery
then.
skill's low.
I don't like to
I
say
just
it,
never
but
have
it wasn't
experienced
bad.
that.
I don't know why you're wasting your time, Sir Bernard. Nothing will come of him anyway, and at the first sign of trouble, he'll run away like any other cowardly peasant. After all, he's done it before.
What did you say?
Calm down, boy. Keep in
What
mind
did
who
he
you're
say?
talking to.
What
Brother
did you
was
say?
born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Now, you've really done it. You'll go to the stocks for that.
Calm yourself, Sir Bernard. If the blacksmith boy feels he can prove himself, then let him try. Do you think you can beat me? Well,
Any time.
very well. If you defeat me, I'll give you my bow. If you lose, you'll have to pay up. Do you even have any coin?
I have enough.
Good, then let's
I
get
doubt
to
it. I highly doubt it. I don't know how much I have, but... Alright, is this a standard archery contest? Alright, yeah, so you get 7 arrows. And... you want to be the first one to finish because that gives you an automatic 3 bonus. So even if you're missing shots, like, just try and finish first. When you know that... you can see how many arrows he's fired. If you know that the, that you're like ahead of him by a lot, that's absolutely fine. You could take a little bit more time and aim your shots, but you want to get that bonus 3 because that guarantees he's not going to get it, if that makes sense. So right there I got 13. At best he can get with his 2 arrows 2 3s. That's 6. So there's no way he can beat me now because I got a bonus 3 points that he can't get regardless.
Well, I didn't expect that. Probably just wasn't your day, sir.
I told you I have a heavy hand, ever since I fell off that horse during the last hunt. What are you grinning about, boy? I think you owe me a little payback. How about a sword fight at the arena?
If you like.
Sir Hans,
Yeah,
is
so what
this
they-
necessary? Sir Hanush has already had words about you fighting with your subjects. He explicitly told me.
I know what he told you. You can just tell him I didn't listen to you. So what's it going to be, blacksmith?
If we must.
Excellent, then let's go.
Alright, so now, oh, we're playing with real swords. Oh god, I don't even know the language. Woo. This is a really defense-heavy game. As long as you focus on defending, you'll be fine in almost all situations. They always like do a rapid counterattack, so you just gotta be ready for that. Ooh. Ooh.
Fucking hell.
You're bleeding, pretty boy. Come on. Come on.
Is that all you've got?
You gotta block. And then just kind of keep an eye on your stamina bar, because once it gets low, you don't even take damage as long as your stamina is high enough. When they do hit you with a little flurry of blows, as long as you have full stamina, you'll shirk off a lot of that damage. Come on. You don't sound like you're doing too well, buddy. I think that's me that's breathing heavy. Oh, I stabbed him in his pretty face. Come on. Oh, he got me on that one. See, I just took a little bit of... Nigh. Ooh, he dodged. Nice. Ooh, see that follow-up attack I wasn't ready for? Yeah, that's what you gotta be ready for. Ooh.
Well. Bugger. This will be it. You think? Take that! Oh dear, did that hurt? Now. Fuck it! Not a good move. Ha! Oh. No. God damn. Come over here. Well, you got the better of me this time.
And there we
Blacksmith.
got him.
I must be having an off day.
Are you alright, sir?
As long as you
Don't
focus
worry
on
your mangy
defense, you're
head about
fine.
me, peasant. We'll see each other again soon enough.
He's gonna give us a bow we
You can
can't
keep
even
my bow.
use yet, but it's
Best years
cool.
are behind it anyway.
You have to win both events to get his bow. Even though he said, oh, you just gotta beat me at archery, you gotta do both. If you don't, you just don't lose anything. If you lose both, I think you do lose money. I don't know, I've never experienced that one, but...
You better hope his lordship hasn't taken it badly.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Cocky or a little humble?
I hope he has.
Ooh,
Watch
they're
it,
both kind of
boy.
cocky.
A few of my men have won fights against him before and never had a problem. But you could be the first. Now go to the rat house.
That's alright.
The bailiff's waiting for you there.
I can handle
Alright,
him.
Captain.
I shall take my leave. Let's go, dog. Do I have my sword out right now? Let's go to our inventory, to our stats. See, we kind of got a couple levels in right there. Nice. Alright, so let's see. I don't think any of these are really... If you plan on doing like a thief heavy, you know you're going to get in trouble a lot. You're going to murder some people. That's probably a good one to have because jail is... As you sit in jail, the longer you sit in jail, you actually start to lose levels. And if you don't want that to happen as much, this is a good one, 20% lower. You can do longer without sleep. Energy falls slower. That's not bad. And then we're back to the ones that we already have, right? Kind of already talked about these ones in my last stream. The scout one is really good because when you fast travel and you're going along back roads and stuff, there's chances that you'll get ambushed by bandits and things. I'll go ahead and take that. It just tells you earlier that you're going to get ambushed, so you might be able to do like a counter ambush. Since I'm going to be doing a lot of fast traveling, that'll be kind of useful, but I'm going to keep a skill point here because there's better things coming up. We did level up our strength, so let's see what we get. Carry 15 pounds more. That's good for anybody that ever plays RPGs. The more weight you carry, the more money you make. Things like that. Clinch Master. This is what I was talking about earlier in the last stream. When you get too close to an enemy and you're kind of sitting there in like a grapple mode, most of the time they're going to beat you unless your strength is higher. This gives you a 40% better chance to win that. So this is that's a good one to have. Carrying dead or unconscious bodies doesn't cost you as much stamina. Again, if you're planning on murdering a lot of people and going in and out with them, then yeah, that's fine. But for the most part, this is the best one to have, and I will actually spend a point on it right now. You'll want that for sure. All right, we got defense. So blocking will cost them more stamina, so better chance that you can hit them with your counterattacks realistically and for more damage. And then this one, if you beat the opponent in a clinch, you'll damage their weapon 15% more. So if you can get to the point where you damage their weapon enough, they're not going to do very much damage against you. So that's useful, but the damaged weapon is worth less money. So you got to kind of counter, if you want to sell their stuff, you don't want to take this, but A good one, I guess, in the middle is to go with, I'm going to go with the stamina. That's a good one to have at the beginning, for sure. And then our sword training. So all of the weapon-based ones, one of the things that bugs me is they didn't do any perks for bow. So no matter how much you level it up, there's not any perks that you can assign. It just makes your bow, your archery better. More damage, and yeah, increases power, and it makes it easier to aim. It makes it much easier to aim the higher you get. So leveling up your bow is still a good thing to do. But with the other weapons, the actual weapons, all you learn is combos. So if you do this specific combo, which is a torso stab, upper left slash, and a lower right slash, with a short sword, hunting saber, or a saber, that is going to give you a combo. So even if they block the first 2 strikes, as long as you get all 3 of these strikes on them without missing one, it will do the combo hit. So you're going to get some damage. And then you can go with this one specifically for the longsword. So depending on which weapon is what you're going to choose. When I use swords, I typically use short swords. Typically. I don't really remember what I'm going to go with. You can kind of just go with higher damage. You can use either a short or long sword with a shield. So that's not the issue. It's just whichever you're going to end up preferring. Certain swords, I think the short sword set has better piercing damage, so the stabs do more damage. So I think I would actually go with this one for use later. And I'm going to take a pause real quick. I'll be right back, I promise. Alright, and we are back. Let's see if we can get to the bailiff before it's too late at night. This isn't like GTA where a lot of quests you have to be in the right day-night cycle to start it, but as you saw, there's like a onesie and twosie where you gotta be in the right place in the right time. Basically, if it asks you to meet somebody, there are times where it's just easier to go at a certain time of day. But if it's, you know, go find this and bring it back to me, then it's a little bit easier to get around time hacks.
Put the weapon away.
See, I'm holding a weapon? I'm not holding my weapon. Or I might be, I guess. I'm not trying to piss people off here. But, okay, so the needle's a short sword. You see how it's got the red number? It means you don't use it as well in battle. Which, I guess I'll go with the lowest one I have, which is the needle sword. Because I don't have anything else. Like I said, his bow he gave me, I can't even use it yet. But I can use this one still. I don't know why I unequipped everything. Arrows don't have a certain level to equip, so you're good there. I'm gonna equip a sword so I can see I have the sword and I can put it away like they want. Oh, I accidentally pulled my bow out. So we're gonna go find the bailiff. It's up the stairs. Take a left. Open her up there. Go through. Mr. Bailiff.
God be with you.
Alright, you can ask certain people, like tavern owners
Master
and this
Bailiff,
guy,
is there
what's
anything
going
of
on.
interest going on here?
Nothing of interest to me,
And they'll
thank
give you
Christ.
quests. Or they won't give you quests. He'll say something eventually. If you want to learn to read in this game, reading is the thing. It is a skill and everything. This is
I
how
want to
you
learn to
start that
read.
quest. You find somebody
Who
who
should I
can
go
tell
and
you
see?
where you need to
There's
go.
a retired scribe in Uzhitz. He could teach you.
The only place in the game to start your reading journey. Reading is good because you read books that level up all the other skills on top of it's a
I'm to
skill
put
in
myself
itself with
under the
its own
bailiff's
set of
command.
perks.
Ah,
So there's
so
nothing
you're the
wrong
young
with
man
learning
Sir
how to
Radzig
read.
appointed.
Yes.
Very well. Sir Radzig asked me to test you a little, and as it happens, you've come at the right time. We've a few disputes to settle. It seems some of your former neighbors have been acting quite inappropriately. I was hoping having one of their own on the town watch might help sort things
Inappropriately
out.
how? Like streaking or?
You can count on me, Bailiff.
You're certainly bold. I like that. Have you been to see Captain Bernard?
I have, and I have the bruises to prove it. The captain doesn't hold back.
The harder the training, the easier the battle. Well, anyway, you're going to assist my town guard. Come to the church in the afternoon. Yaroslav the watchman, Nightingale they call him, will wait for you there. He'll show you around the town and teach you a little about keeping the peace. And you need to stop by the armory to pick up some gear.
Yes, Bailiff.
May the Lord watch over you.
See, and the problem with this is they tell you to stop by the armory. I'll run over there just 'cause I don't think Nightingale is gonna be. I don't think this is the afternoon. Oh wait, it's morning. We're still at 9 o'clock, so he might be there. I guess we got some time between 11 and 19, so we have 2 hours to kill real quick. They tell you to go pick up a kit. This is where you'd get your first armor if you didn't manage to keep the stuff you got in Talmberg when you snuck out of the castle. But if you're already wearing armor when you go up to them, you're gonna see what happens. I don't think they give you anything. Most of the time I just skip this because it is what it is. They can't give you anything. Gotta run all the way over here. Talk to this guy.
I was told to pick up a kit here.
I'd say there's not much room for improvement. You already look as
Yep.
good as any vassal. But your wish is my command.
Oh, so they do
If
still
my
give you
memory
some stuff.
serves me, you're entitled to a helmet, a gambeson, and a club.
That's all.
You want a kiss and a hug as well?
I mean equipment.
I would love one.
It's quite enough for patrolling the town. You're there to stop trouble, not start it.
Alright, okay. Let's check out what they gave us. Maybe they gave me something that's at least a little bit better. This Warhorse Gambison that they give you, that's like the developers give you for playing the game, is pretty good. You'll see stuff will start to wear that heart symbol and how it's in red now. Everything's kind of going down. You want to keep it maintained. You get the stuff to be able to fix your own armor. We just don't have that yet. But other than that, you can go to like a blacksmith or an armor smith, and you can pay them to repair it for you as well. I'll go ahead and switch to this bassinet because it's the same one. It's just at 100% health. Yeah, that one. Even though this is at 100 and my other one that they gave me, the developers gave me, is lower, it's still got a better armor rating. But if it drops too low, this one would end up being better. You know, but you want to keep your better armor and just repair it along the way until you get something that can replace it. So we're over encumbered. I'm not gonna drop stuff like I usually do. I really was planning on going to a trader anyways. So we'll go to a trader. If you need your shoes fixed, you gotta go here to the cobbler at the very beginning. That's very inconvenient because I feel like there's not very many cobblers around. I think the armor smith can do it too, but certain types of shoes. If you're wearing regular shoes, the armor smith I think can't do it. If you're wearing like plate boots or whatever, then the armor smith can do it because that technically falls under armor. But when you got like leather shoes at the beginning, you gotta find a cobbler to do it for you. You got all number of traders. You got a grocer right here, sell you fruits, vegetables, and fish, I guess. Your basic trader, same basic merchant logo as every other game of its kind.
Jesus Christ be praised.
You can just talk to him about trade. Like I said, leveling up the speech skill, you get a lot of experience when you do a persuasion check and you pass, but you also can level it up just by asking random questions.
He's strict but just. Thank God for him. He don't get mixed up in nothing like that Sir Ratzik, so you don't see no one attacking us.
And then you'll have people like this question, how's life in Rattay?
We got sturdy walls and 2 castles to protect us. There's not many towns have that. And we got everything we need here. We got an apothecary, a swordsmith, an armorer. We got a beautiful church and fine alehouses.
You can ask like almost anybody in town, how's life in Rattay? As long as the option is in white, like these ones, and then this one's slightly grayed off. If it's in white, you haven't heard it before, so they're going to be giving you a different answer.
How do the Rattay folk
and I'm pretty sure you got to get the different answers to boost the speech skill. You can't just sit here and spam the same question over and over. It's not going to give you any
they've
benefit.
met with misfortune, but here they do nothing but thieve and make problems.
Have you heard anything about the Cumans in Sigismund's army?
Everywhere they go, they pillage, rape, and slaughter. Oh, so the tales have it. Of course, all armies do that. But them barbarians take pleasure in it.
Alright, so now we'll go back, talk about trade. I'll sell first. Half of this stuff I don't need. I could switch to the bludgeon, and I'm almost 100% sure that I would be able to. That's a big chunk of money, 130. The trader has wealth too at the top of the screen. It's a smaller font, but how much money, you can only trade up to that much, and then you obviously can't get any more money out of them. But their stock refreshes every once in a while, so it's something to kind of pay attention to. A lot of the traders in this game, the more you trade with a specific trader, their wealth goes up, so you'll have more money to take from them if you like mass sell to them. We'll sell everything that we're not wearing or using, because let's get this weight off our chest. Like I said in the last stream, I pick up the dried stuff for food, because I try to eat the pots whenever I can. But the dried stuff also doesn't deteriorate. Like the salami is kind of deteriorating. I'll probably drink those spirits. And then the herbs we were picking up, you see I got 23 of them, and they weigh 0.1, so every 10 is a pound. That's actually kind of a lot, and it will get the better of you if you let it. So, I mean, you can keep some herbs. It's best to kind of just keep the herbs that you know you're going to use when you figure out what potions you like to make. The potions do make a huge difference, especially if you're not so good at the combat. Like, I've literally taken on, like, scores, 40 to 50 enemies at one time just because I had 3 or 4 buff potions running on top of using my basic combat skills that I have. So we're going to get a decent amount of money from him. I'm going to see if he has anything to buy or sell. Anything that's better. I'm not going to buy any food. You can buy certain potions, antidote for poison, garlic, honey, the marigold decoctions. Those are the healing potions I was talking to you about last time. for 1 minute it will add 30 health. So it's healing you 30 health over the 1 minute. So if you were to start before the battle, like right before the battle, drink it, the whole minute, even if they hurt you, you're going to be regenerating health. But once it ends, you're not going to get any more health from it. But you can't drink those potions in battle, so you got to kind of know when to drink them out of it. You could also drink them after the battle, because you don't, at the beginning at least, you don't heal just because you're out of battle. So you actually have to drink a potion or sleep. Yeah, see these blacksmith kits. These are what you can use to repair your own stuff, and you do get a skill point for that, so they're really good. I'm not gonna spend the money because we don't have a lot of money to be spending on them, but you could definitely do that. So what we'll do is we'll just sell to this guy. I'm gonna haggle.
I'd like to discuss
When
the
it's
price.
a big sum of money, that's
Sure,
when you
why
want to
not?
use the haggling. Kind of gave the tutorial on this already, so we'll just go up. I'll go up like 1 or 2
Aye, for
clicks,
that amount I can be persuaded.
and he gave it to me right off the bat. Extra 10 gold. A lot of times they'll fight for it, and you just go to the one in the middle, and it makes it easy. That's 10 gold. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, you know you're going to get to a point where you have more money than you could spend. That's the nature of every RPG if you do it right, but at the beginning you want to get as much as possible. Alright, so we have 2 hours before he gets here. I'll wait 1 hour, and then it will put us... yeah, I'll do both hours. Just get through this. I don't want to sit there and pick herbs, you know. Okay, so he should... Yep, there he is. It's a really shitty day. It's not normally raining like this.
Here I am. My name is Henry. We're supposed to go on patrol together?
I see you're kitted out.
Ready to get going.
I'm Nightingale. Aren't you that lad the mill wench brought here on a cart?
Teresa. Yes, she rescued me. She turned up with Captain Robard and his knights.
All honour to the girl. She has bigger balls than most men. Tell me, how did you pay her back?
Well, I thanked her.
That's not much, is it? You should go and see her when you get a chance. So, how did you end up in the service of the bailiff?
Oh man, Nightingale setting it up with the hookups. I like it. I do want to serve Sir Radzig, but I also want to be useful. I don't know. The noble, I'm a knight answer, and then this
I don't want
like
to be kicking
humble.
around
I like
in the
this.
dirt while other men do honest work.
You're an eager one, aren't you? Come with me, Henry. We'll patrol the town and then check on the taverns to make sure they lock up in the evening.
I'm ready.
Don't forget, I'm supposed to try you out and, with the help of God, teach you something. So I expect you to deal with any misconduct yourself. I'll make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Let's go.
I like this quest because it kind of reminds me
This
of
is our
the
church,
Fallout New
Matthews.
Vegas quest when you are standing guard outside of the silver. Oh, is it like the
It
Silver
serves
Rush?
Not
I'm
only as the house
blanking.
of God, but as the crypt of the Lords of Lifer, our masters.
A bunch of random things happen, and you get to kind
The
of like
grave digger
solve it.
lives right round the corner. The priest too, our parish priest.
It is frustrating though, because this is another follow quest, and we're gonna follow him all around this town. It's probably gonna take at least 15 minutes.
This is our rat house. Pretty big, eh? The bailiff and his hands live there, and our maestro proto-notarius, the scribe. And the jailhouse.
Ooh, fancy.
You don't want to see the inside, not even as a guard. Naturally, we have an executioner too, but he doesn't live in town. That wouldn't be proper, as I'm sure you know. He lives by Gallows Hill, the other side of the creek. This pillory was brand new in autumn, and 2 people have already been rotting on it. The swordsmith lives here.
Swordsmith.
What the hell is going on here now? Go and check it out, Henry.
If you won't go to the church,
Okay.
go back to your people. I don't want you here. Is that Benir, pal?
What are you two screeching about? Stop making such a ruckus.
About time you turned up. This filthy beggar thinks.
My name is Jane.
No one cares what your name is. This filthy beggar thinks she can come and stink in front of my shop. I want you to get rid of her.
It's raining. I really doubt anybody stinks. Alright, what do we got?
Can't you show
Call
us some
yourself a
Christian
Christian.
charity, Honor?
What? Have you any idea how much I've given away in alms? Even to this witch only yesterday.
Is that true?
Might be, might not.
Did you get any arms or
Shitty
not?
answer.
Yes.
From the armourer here?
I don't know. And even if I did, that was yesterday, and my belly's empty again today.
That's true.
What would you know about
I'm
it?
sure. Let's exercise that persuasion that we've been building
We're both
on.
good Christians, aren't we? We should each give something to the poor soul.
And what then?
Then Jane will be on her way. Immediately.
King Solomon now, are you, lad? Fine. Fine, have it
Yeah.
your way.
God bless you, and you too, citizen.
The reputation gained at the top. You saw that in the top left there.
You.
Like a lot of RPGs,
You're as
it's got a
bad as each
reputation
other.
system. If you have a good reputation or a bad reputation, I don't think a lot of as many random things occur in this game based on your reputation. But there are perks later in the game that give you a certain benefit if you adhered to a style of reputation. So you could get a perk that
Your old
bolsters
neighbours
off
are
the
living
fact
here
that you
now.
were a good person
It's a bit of a shithole.
or a bad person.
Even so, you should be thankful to Sir Hanush.
You there.
If the town
Come here.
burghers got their way, your folk wouldn't be let anywhere near the town. And now our people aren't too happy with him. Some fools are even calling for Sir Hanush to finally hand the fiefdom over to the young lord, Sir Hans Capon. Sir Hans's father, old Sir Yeshke, may God
Word
rest
in
his
your ear.
soul, kept it till he was an old man. Then he retired from it, first to Moravia, then to eternity. Sir Hanush
So,
is managing
what I was
the
talking
fiefdom
about
until
in
Sir
the
Hans comes of
last
age.
stream-
They're related by blood somehow, the same great-great-grandfather or some such. The time's coming soon enough when the estates have to be handed over. These affairs often end in conflict. I hope we have nothing like that here.
Like I was talking about in the last stream, all of these people, you can go to their codex entries, but these are like real people that they researched. I mean, I've looked up a couple of them, not all of them, but like they really did a job of putting these things together. And like I said, they did a job trying to put some historical accuracy to it, and I really appreciate it. I don't know how much is true. Obviously, there's a lot of exaggeration to make a exciting video game, but at the same time, you know, at least they took something real from history and tried to make it into something Vice. You know, just making up their own lore, which is good. Originality's great, but why aren't we moving? Come on. I hope this isn't glitched. Come on. I think this dog's in his way. I couldn't tell you. Oh no, please no. We don't. There we go. We don't have to walk all the way through this again. As much as I was excited for this to be the start of the real open worldedness of the game, and then I take us through the slowest parts of it, but we got to get through it one way or another, right?
This square here, it looks much better during the markets. Then it's filled to bursting with folk from all around.
He does, I think, walk on his own. It's not like a lot of games where you have to be right next to him. So he will start going through the town. In other playthroughs, I would like break into houses around here and and steal some stuff
We've
just
also got
while
the
he was
baker's
moving
shop
and
here,
catch up to
and
him
that
later,
mad
but
merchant Wolfram Pruder. Pruder has a pretty daughter, but he keeps her on a short rein, which the young bucks are none too happy about. I heard he even keeps the poor lass locked up at home all day. Look here. See that filthy beggar? By Christ, I'll show the bastard. Comfortable, are we?
Please, sir.
Who do you take me for? Are you stupid or just insolent?
Well, what's the matter?
Stupid, then. There's no begging allowed here, so pick up your stinking arse and haul it somewhere else.
Who am I bothering here?
Me. Us. Everyone. If Sir Hanush saw you here, he'd take a whip to you.
All right, I'm going.
Damn beggars. You offer them a helping hand, and they want the whole arm. It's not like the rules aren't clear. Beggars belong at the church. There's one alehouse here on the market square, the Trader's Tavern. The other's up by the gate. We'll be going there later.
there's 3 taverns in this town. If you count, like there's this one over there, and there's one right outside the gate, and that by the training yard that we were in with Captain Bernard.
Here's the forge. The blacksmith has some trouble and he's not working at the moment, but his apprentice is standing in for him tolerably. I hear you're a blacksmith's apprentice too. You lot could help if needed, couldn't you?
Us? What do you mean?
You and your master, or your father, whoever taught you. What is it, lad?
My father was the master blacksmith. He was killed in Skalitz.
Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Thank you.
It's all good, man.
So am I.
My papa died not long ago. Of course, it was old age got him. That's not the same, but I know a little how you feel.
Respect.
The Rate fiefdom is pretty big. Naturally, it starts here by the town and continues along the Sasau River all the way to Kohelnitz. Then there's Gallows Hill, lots of farmhouses scattered around. Neuhof, Merhoyed. Master Smill is in charge of Sir Hanush's stables. He's by far his best vassal. It's all a bit complicated for a newcomer, I suppose. This lord here, that lord there, this exemption here, that right there. Exemptions from exemptions, rights to half of something, so on. It'd take you a year to make head or tail of it. This tower was only half the size when I was a young lad. Sir Hanush had it extended and made into an armory.
Doobie doobie doot doot. Doobie doobie doot doot doot. Doobie doobie doot doot. Do 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 do. What up, Adam?
God be with you, Benesh. How goes it?
Well enough, Nightingale. It's quiet today.
Good. Where's Moimir, anyway? Isn't he supposed to be here with you?
Ah, yes. He hasn't turned up yet.
Oh, I see. Now, where might he have got to, then?
I don't know.
You don't know, eh? Let me tell you something. When the bailiff finds out Moimir's slacking off, he'll be in serious shit. And being a friend of his, you wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
So it's better if I deal with it and we leave the bailiff out of it, right?
Yes, I suppose so.
So where is he?
In the tavern. He was thirsty, so he...
Went for an ale. We know how that goes. Come on, Henry. Let's go and find that idler, and you'd better talk some sense into him.
Oh, now we're running. This is important. Let's go. You bastard.
What the fuck are you doing here when you're supposed to be on the gate? Move your carcass and go and guard the gate. Not a word. Get moving. You're lucky it was me found out, not the bailiff, or God forbid, Captain Bernard. Out! Come and sit with me, Henry. Let's have a drink.
Well, that's kind of extreme, considering you just kicked him out.
That fool got me all worked up.
I mean,
Shouldn't we be on patrol instead of drinking?
You're eager, aren't you? Don't worry, even watchmen are entitled to a break, except the ones on the gate and the tower, of course. But that's enough of
Oh,
that.
that's why.
Let's not let it spoil our
Exemptions on
day.
exemptions.
Listen, since we're sitting here anyway, how about a little game?
What is the game? Rain hitting us very hard?
Why not?
I do love this dice game.
Why, oh, why did I ever agree to this?
It's a
I'll lose
very
my shirt
good
again.
mini game. So this kind of works like, I don't know. Ones are worth 100, fives are worth 50, and if you don't roll either of that, you bust. You roll each dice that you don't pick up and use for your score again. So we'll just keep taking the ones. If you get 3 of a number, if I had like 3 fours, it would be worth 400. It'd be worth, I guess, 100 times the face value number. You want to try and get as much as you can out of it. Play your luck, your odds. Still getting 5s. I'm down to 2 dice. We'll play a little conservative. So now I just pass. And I got 300 out of the 2,000 that I need. And there's these, like that black dice he's got. Oh boy,
Finished.
what's that? 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is like straight. Works for 500, as he just did. If you bust, you don't get any of your points. So you really want to play the odds with the dice. I think I got another 1 right there. I'll roll 3, but anything other than that, it's getting a little tricky. Oh, I busted, see, so now I don't get nothing. Those black dice, you can
That's
find
it.
dice that are luckier, quote unquote, or they are supposed to roll better. I have actually, yeah, it does kind of work. I don't know what dice specifically he has, but
Your turn.
you can get better dice, and there's a perk that actually makes you better at playing dice. I'm not getting any good rolls. Not really any harm in losing to this guy anyways, but still, I don't want to lose. It's not like I aim to lose. And I got a 5. Oof. Alright, we'll play, like I said, a little conservative. He's got a decent lead on me. Oh!
Should I? Shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
Come on, give me something. 3 6s would have been mint. Come on. I could take those 2s for 200, but 3 dice getting rid of for 200 is not really worth it. If you look at it in the grand scheme of things. Come on, give me a 5. Alright. I'm not too far behind, but 550 is a lot of score. Considering I'm only getting like 400 per
That's
roll.
it.
Gotta hope he busts at least once. Alright. It looks like, okay, he's got the 5. He's gonna keep her going. Come on, buddy. He's gonna take both 5s and quit. Oh, he's going for it. Yes, that's gonna work
God's
for
holy
me.
hat.
So now he loses that amount of points that he racked up. There we go, this is good. 200 plus 400, that's a 600. That puts me ahead of him, at least. He could still win it in any one of these freaking rolls, but
This'll be the
we'll
one.
play the odds a little bit. We're ahead. Come on.
We'll see.
Bust. There's at least a 1 there.
That's it.
What does he need? He needs 650 to win. That'll help if he takes it.
No point in pushing it.
Is he gonna go for it all? No. Now he only needs 150. So the odds of him winning on the next round are so high. If you get all of your dice to make playable numbers, you get to re-roll all 6 of them again. Oh, that might be what I need. 1. That's it. I win.
Sakra! I can't believe.
You can go over. You don't have to hit exactly 2,000. That was a good 800. Woohoo! Gotta say, I was a little bit worried there.
Just one more thing and we're done for the night.
The tourney happens
Bringing the
once
end
a
of the
week,
day
so you
and
could do it.
closing
You'll
the
fail it
taverns.
if you don't go
Isn't it
to
still a
it, but
bit
you can
early?
do it every week.
I don't know how it was in Skalitz, but here in Rattay we close up at this hour. Except, of course, during fairs and big festivals. Then we don't close at all.
I see. Should I go and ring the bell?
If you wouldn't mind, the bell is hanging outside the rat house. Ring 3 times, then go to the Trader's Tavern by the market square and make sure the innkeeper closes up.
I'll do that.
Before I forget, it's forbidden to walk in Rattay at night without a torch. Here, take this one.
And he is absolutely right. If you do walk without the torch, guards will pull you over. I gotta remember how to pull it out.
Oh.
That's not the button. I did not want to pull out my bow. There it is. Holding left on the D-pad. Even if you're fast traveling through town and you don't have a torch out, like you don't pull it out before you decide to fast travel, and your path happens to take you through the town, they may or may not stop you if they see you. It's kind of frustrating. I think you get like a warning, or you just pay a small fine. It's not like you're gonna get jail time unless you resist, but it's still like, it's an interesting law to break, I guess. Adds a little substance, a little flavor to the town laws. Yeah, agility or vitality point from running everywhere. Ring the bell, ring ding dong, ring a ding ding. That was not 3 times, but okay. That dude's got like a brown paper bag with a candle in it. No, it's a lantern, okay. Didn't register that fast. At least not in my brain it didn't. Why are we running everywhere? Who are you? Why are you running?
And the canon of St. Wenceslas in Olomouc was so drunk, he dragged the pig to the market square, saddled it up, and rode it out of the town gate. No, we can see that this wasn't going to end well. So, Sir Peter and I rode off to look for the good canon on his pig. Did you find him? We track the filthy beast down to a sty beyond Cronau. I mean, the beast with a tonsure on its head. We never found the real pig, but the Reverend was sound asleep in the pigsty.
Birds of a feather stick together. It seems the same goes for pigs and planets. I toast, gentlemen, to pigs and planets.
God save their bacon.
Sir Hans, forgive my intrusion, but I need...
Oh, but what? You want to join us? Want to buy us around? I'm afraid we don't drink with peasants. You're not in your village now, boy.
No, sir. Curfew's been rung. The alehouse is closing.
Nothing closes while I'm sitting here. If that's all, you're dismissed.
Are you out of your mind, lad? You can't cross his lordship.
I
He's
feel
got a
like
temper
this is
like a
a
bear with gut
exception that Nightingale
If I
should have
was
told
you,
us about,
I'd
you
get
know?
lost before he shows it.
The bailiff instructed me to close the tavern at the proper hour. He doesn't want anyone disturbing the peace after curfew.
The bailiff? The bailiff can kiss my arse. I trust you haven't forgotten who's the rightful lord of Rattay.
No, it's Sir Hannes.
Oh, is he here? What, is he he's hiding under the table, maybe? No! Then what he wants isn't worth a fart in a bathhouse. And besides, he's only in charge till I grow up.
Which clearly hasn't happened yet.
Which begs the question,
Enough.
what is a fart in a
You
bathhouse
can't talk to
actually
me like
worth?
that. I'm a nobleman.
Come now, sirs. You're not going to fight here, are you?
We most definitely are. This yokel needs to be taught his place.
Oh, jeez. I already damaged your pretty face enough for one day, don't you think? Remember what I taught you from the first stream. It's about punches in bunches. Punches in bunches. And then you gain your stamina, you block, and you punches in bunches.
Teach that insolent pup a lesson. That'll teach
And you punches in bunches. Oh, see? You didn't even get a swing off. That's how you do it. Punches
Crucifix!
in bunches.
What in the name of Christ is happening here? Well, answer me, damn you!
This peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a lesson.
By rolling around in the mud like a hog? That's a fine example of noble conduct.
Sir Hannes, the bailiff ordered me
Silence! You shut your mouth and thank your lucky stars that you are Radzig's ward. Have you gone out of your mind? Raising your hand to a nobleman? And you, Hans, how many times have I told you that drinking with your subjects might be good for their morale, but it's bad for your honor? You spend all your days drinking and chasing wenches, which wouldn't matter if you paid any attention at all to your duties. And now we see what that leads to. Tomorrow, you will go with me to a hearing. Some landowners have asked me to settle a dispute. It will be an excellent lesson for you.
I had planned to go hunting, but if you think listening to the pointless gripes of a bunch of old fools will benefit me, so be it.
Ooh, hunting? Well then, Your Grace, I'll tell you what. You can go hunting.
Really?
Naturally. Who am I to deprive the young Lord Capon of his sport? And you can take Henry here as your page.
Him?
I don't like it.
Absolutely not.
You'll do as
I don't
I've
wanna go either.
commanded. It's time you learned how to lead people, and not just in drinking and brawling. Now get out of my sight.
Sir, I have responsibilities of the bailiff.
Not anymore. Your responsibilities now are the Lord Capon. It's time you learned how to behave in the presence of nobility. Let's go. Tell the kitchen I'm hungry. It's been a long journey.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
I'm hungry. Just help myself here. Nom 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 nom. Alright. Nothing we can do tonight. Let's head back out. Don't make sure we have our torch. Don't want to get pulled over. I guess I'll walk back to the the first bed you really kind of get access to. I think you can kind of really sleep anywhere, just wait. But the miller's house is where you really, instead of having to buy at night in the tavern, you just go and get a free room. I'll walk back because this is about to be the end of the stream. Do a solid, nice 2-hour sessions for the YouTube channel for anybody that wants to catch up, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of rough because trying to get to the open world aspect, more fighting, more combat, less arduous walking around and waiting on people, but you get there when you get there, you know, you kind of gotta take it in strides. Obviously, if it's your first time playing, then you get to just take in all of the experience. It's a little bit more grindy when you've done this a couple times, but I'm enjoying playing it with you guys and going through it again. Like I said, this is probably easy top 5 for me of my favorite games. Might even be higher. It honestly, I think sometimes it might be number 1 because I feel like I always come back to it. Like, you know, I feel like anybody who enjoyed Skyrim, there's like that time, like once a year, where you'll go back, you'll start a new playthrough, experience again, even if it only lasts a few days, you'll play Skyrim for 2 or 3 days. That's like the beauty of the game, is just the replayability. And I feel like this one has a lot. The amount of quests and stuff and locations and things is nowhere near comparable to Skyrim, but just the gameplay, every way like the things play out makes you feel like you're a part of it. Really makes you feel like, not gonna say you're making a difference in the world, but it really feels like this is a world where it kind of revolves around you, and doing things is exciting, you know? It's not just a series of random fetch quests or anything like that. I think there's very few of those here. Some of the side quests are kind of like that, but not really. It's all, there's a narrative to almost every quest. Where, as even in Skyrim, you have those miscellaneous tasks that don't really amount to anything but a couple septums. Excuse me. They don't really amount to anything but a couple septums, and other than that, you don't get anything from it. Some of the side quests, it's like there's not really even a lot of dialogue that goes with it to like immerse yourself into the game. So I feel like this game does really well at that, and making you feel like every side quest has a point, where there's at least a narrative to the start, middle, and end, you know? So asleep. You notice my energy didn't really go down at all throughout the day. It really, you hardly ever need to sleep for energy, and there was that perk that makes it go down even slower. But like I said, you hardly ever need to sleep just solely for energy. Most of the time it's going to be, you have to pass time to read your books, so sometimes you'll wait on that. There's a perk you get where you can read while you're sleeping, or it'll progress the book that you were reading while you're sleeping, and we'll go into that more a little bit later. But so now we've slept till 5 or whatever. I'm supposed to meet up with Sir Hans, but that will be a story for another playthrough. And on normal difficulty, when you save, it exits, so I don't have to waste my savior schnapps, so I'm not going to. And also, when you sleep on normal difficulty, you get a save point, whereas in hardcore, you have to, you know, you have to use the savior schnapps every single time, or sleep. I think you still get saves from sleeping, so you just gotta kind of ration your resources. You could make the savior schnapps relatively easy using the alchemy, but still. So we're gonna save and exit here, and that's gonna be it for us tonight, guys. Thank you for joining me on this journey that we're going through together. Like I said, I really appreciate like getting to play this game and know that, you know, somebody is going to have a chance to watch it in the background, especially if you don't like playing video games, or there's people that just have never seen a stock in video games. But through the power of YouTube and streaming and content creation, you have that ability to view it almost as a cinematic, as a movie. Maybe you don't want to be to get the interactive part of it, which is what I enjoy and I love, but at the very least, some people that might not see the stock in playing video games can get to experience narratives, stories that they might never experience otherwise. So I do really appreciate you guys being with me, and I hope you join me on the next one.